Welcome to the greatest part-time opportunity in America. Now, on a serious note, do we have the greatest part-time opportunity?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right? Are people making $1,000, $2,000 part-time?
Yeah.
Right? Versus they have to go work at Macy's and barely make anything close to that, and and they got to invest so much time on their feet, away from their family. We can do that being here. I looked on POL, the top earner in this district earner in $2,400. The top earner in the nation makes $9,000. That's a district contract, right? So we have the greatest opportunity, part-time opportunity out there. All right. So what are some of the things the FNA does? So the FNA is our tool. I mean, I'm going to say FNA for short. It stands for Financial Needs Analysis, right? So as you see there, it says a carpenter's tool is his hammer, right? Like if you're going to go in construction, you need your hammer, your screwdriver. So there's certain things that we do need, right? If you work construction, right?
Yeah.
If you're a doctor, you don't they have that thing around their neck? What's that thing called? The stethoscope. They need that stethoscope to check your heart, right? Check your chest to see what's going on with your lungs, all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And as you see a baseball player, they need their bat. Can they go up and just catch the ball or hit the ball with their bare hand? No, they need their bat, right? Mm-hmm. So we need our financial needs analysis. That's the key to what we do. So it's the GPS to our destination, and it's like our guide dog, right? It guides us to whatever we need guidance to, right? And it finds the money to invest for today and for tomorrow. What do I mean by that? We find the money to invest for today and tomorrow. What do you think we mean by that, Eric?
Biggie.
Say again?
In other words, I thought you was on the biggie.
Oh, you.
FNA invest to find out where they might have it, because they may have it under the pillow, they may have it in a savings account.
And to add to what you're saying, because we got to go faster, they may have rollover money from an old job.
Absolutely.
So that's money for tomorrow, right? So that's why it's important that we do the financial needs analysis. The financial needs analysis covers a shortfall between their current goals and dreams and their current and future goals and dreams, right? So the FNA is going to show you that shortfall, right? And then what do we do when we show them that shortfall? What can we do after that? We recruit them from that shortfall, right? That's the ultimate goal, is we want to get a new associate on our team, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So the FNA helps us to recruit, as it says here, and helps us to build a team. So by, again, expose the individuals and let them know that, okay, you're not coming here to be a salesperson, a salesman, or saleswoman. We're going to help families to create a financial game plan. And, and each time you do that, we can show them how much they can make. And that can be exciting for some people, right? Mm-hmm. And it shows them that, okay, you don't have to be this, genius. All you have to do is gather the information and input it in the computer system, and it's going to spit out this awesome program. So the FNA discovers your debt freedom date. Do people want to get out of debt?
Yeah.
Do most people know what their debt freedom date is?
No.
Not at all. So it's going to show you how to get out of debt much sooner than where they're going. And the FNA helps us to find us how much to save for college, right? So they may be saving money, but they may be saving in the wrong vehicle. They could be saving in the bank, correct?
Right.
Right? I had a client that they had $11,000 just saving for their son just in the bank. But after doing the FNA, right, we able to show them how to now save that money in the right place. Yeah. So either public or private. So in the financial needs analysis, it shows you exactly how much it is for a private college, and it also shows you how much it is for public, right? So our company is unbelievable. They put all those resources there for us to win. We don't have to think about it and come up with information for ourselves. So the FNA helps us to pinpoint exactly how much coverage a person needs, right? So when we sit down with someone, we don't have to guess, okay, how much coverage they need. The FNA would tell us how much they need, right? So I just sat with a young lady before I got here, and she has 148,000, right? And it's like she didn't know how they got to that point, right? And I was able to do the dime and things of that nature. And I'm working on her FNA, and it shows again what you need. So I know it says term now and customer, but we have the new precision term, so it's going to show you exactly what they need. So questions for process to discuss investment during the FNA collection process. So during the process, we have to ask information. We have to sell them on why they need to do the FNA, right? Is that important? Yes, right? Instead of telling them, right? So it says, how much would you need to retire? So if even if you're not investment licensed, you can ask this question. Okay? So because you want to get the investment specialist in there after you sit down with the client, right? So how much would you need to retire? Do most people know that? Not at all, right? And have you ever checked to see if you're on track? These are questions to spark a person's interest to want to now to lead them towards talking about the complimentary financial needs analysis. And what does your retirement look like if you don't save enough money? Man, most people, as we know, they don't have a clue. See, we are going to be able to help them. And again, you don't have to ask all these questions. These are just some buzz questions. Who will take care of your retirement if you don't? Is retirement sooner rather than later important to you? Right. So these are very good questions that we can ask. So now, what do I use? Do I use a long FNA? Do I use a short FNA? It all depends on who you're sitting down with. So if you sit down with a 25-year-old that doesn't have much assets and things of that nature, you want to show them, right? Or 30 or whatever, and they don't have much asset, you want to do the short FNA. The short FNA is right on POL, right? If you go on Primerica app and you go to tools, it's right under there, the short FNA, you can plug in their information, right? It's going to show you their FIN number, and they're going to show you how much coverage they can qualify for. And if you're looking to do the long FNA, right, you can collect the information using this booklet here the company has, right? Also, if you don't have that, you can just ask the questions that they gather the information. Now, if you're doing the Life app, right? Should I do the Life app or should I do the FNA? Which one should I do? If you got referred to do the Life app, do the Life app. And once you do the Life app is going to have all the information on there for you to do the FNA, right? It's going to have their name, their social security, right? All this information is going to be there. So now you just transfer this over to the FNA, right? So you don't have to worry about, okay, I do the FNA and then come back to the Life app. Something may happen between the time that you have to go back, right? So we got to do that Life app right away, right? Time is running. Now, gathering the FNA. So if you didn't do the FNA right there and then, you can email this to them. So the company has this on their website for us to email to the client. You can email this to them and just tell them these are the things that you need to have out for when we sit back down. So it's right on the right-hand side, those bullet points, right? Like your retirement statement, right? So even again, if you're not investment licensed, you still can pick up your retirement statement and then have sit down with your investment specialist and discuss what you need to do, right? So now you gather the information. Now at the end, this is the most important part of gathering when you do the FNA, right? It says, how much can you commit towards improving your financial program? We find that most of our clients can free up $200 a month. However, there are a fortunate few who can free up $500 a month. And then there are those that are fixed limited budget that can only free up $100 a month. It's very important that we ask this guys, right? I just did an FNA, I did an FNA carryback on Sunday, and I asked this question. She gave me an $800 commitment. I went back and sat down with her, did the life insurance, did the Roth IRA. She has $23,000 just sitting in the bank. Did a Roth IRA for $7,000. Add 500 to that, and I opened up an emergency fund and a midterm account. Right? So why? I asked the commitment question. Right? It's very important that we get that dollar amount. Right? And if it's a higher income earning person, don't ask for $100 a month. Right? Right? You want to ask for bigger numbers, right? You got to aim high. Make sense? Yeah. All right. I'm going to skip some of this commitment questions. So before you leave there, again, you want to get that strong commitment. So let's read it together. If we can put together a program that's better every way, and of course, you make up your own mind, Christian. Is there any reason why you let the plan come back? You want to ask that question. Right? You don't want them to be thinking, okay, what's going on? Right? That's very important that we get that strong commitment from them, right? Because we're in business to make money, right or right? Right. Are we right on Zoom? Yes? Okay, good. Right? So we're in business to make money, right? And we got to make sure we're asking those questions. Very key, right? Make good questions. So, right? So we can again also. So in other words, if we can put together a program that's better than every race, and of course you make up your own mind. When you come back, we'll fill out an application to take care of it. Fair enough?
Fair enough? Fair enough.
Yes?
Yes.
Right, so we wanna make sure they know exactly what we're gonna do when we sit back down with them, right? So there's no ifs and buts about it, okay? So when you do the FNA carryback, you wanna ask them, has anything changed since the last time we meet? They may say, you know what, that $800 a month commitment, I can only do 500. If we come with a game plan for 800, but they can only do 500. So now you gotta pivot, right? You gotta change up some things, right? And I also asked, my time is up, can I?
Yes.
Can I continue? Okay.
Continue.
All right, no problem. Another thing is, I said to myself, I'm gonna, every time I go to sit back with someone, I always ask this question. I said, someone's gonna say, well, you know what, I hit the lotto for like $10 million. You know? So I said, I'm gonna ask that question. Somebody's gonna tell me that one day, all right? Also, so you wanna go over, so there's 3 things we're gonna go over, Mr. and Mrs. Fine. Your strengths, right? So you also wanna compliment them. Make them feel good, right? People like to feel good, right?
Right.
So you wanna find something that they've been doing with their finance and compliment them on that. So for that 32-year-old, I said, man, that 23,000 you have saved, great job. Most people don't have that much saved. That took discipline, right? You want them to feel good about what they're doing, right? Also, you want to talk about their weaknesses and be honest with them, right? So they'll find something that you can, right? So man, your debt is, maybe their debt is too high based on their debt income ratio. The FNA will tell you that, right? So that's something we're gonna work on to get those debts paid down fast. And then solutions, right? These are gonna be some of the solutions, right? And again, we're gonna make decisions together, but here are my recommendations, right? So you want them to feel involved, right? They're part of the process, and that you're not a bully, Daddy, right?
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to bully clients, right? We're there because we care and we want to help them and put them in a better situation, right? All right. All right, cool. All right, so strengths, weakness, and solutions. So this is what I use. I got this for Chris Royce. Use this sheet here, right? And this is exactly what I did with her because people are visual, especially if we're doing things on Zoom. People are visual. Sometimes you're just telling them and they're not seeing what you're maybe seeing. But I put this up on, I put their name on it, put this up, and I said, okay, here are commitment where it says overview of new accounts. I put the commitment amount. I put $800 in her case, and then I put short-term emergency fund. I said, based on your FNA, $12,000 we're gonna keep for your emergency fund. Your long-term, we're gonna put $7,000 and do $500 a month, and then your midterm, we're gonna do 4,000. I'm recommending putting 4,000, and then you add $270 a month, and then we did the income protection. And she said yes to everything. Implemented everything. I just gotta get her to come on board now. She lives in Florida, and I'm trying to get her to come, right? So client scenario. So in a scenario like this, what would we do? She says, person age 38, they're female, single, right? 3 kids, they're nurse, they make 45,000, right? $300,000. The quick quote says 300,000, 10,000 on the children, $50 a month. Your commitment is $250. No emergency money saved. Dale, in 10 seconds, what would you do? Give me a quick scenario. What you do with that $250
$50 for the life act.
Okay.
And then we do at least $200, half of it into emergency account,
Okay.
half of it into Roth IRA.
Christian, 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Same thing. Okay. Kente, what do you do? $250 a month.
50 in the emergency
50 in emergency, okay.
and 100
Uh-huh.
and
I'll come back to you. Eric, 10 seconds. What would you do with the 250?
do 100.
Not you, Big Eric.
Oh.
You gonna answer this question?
Yes. Quickly, 10 seconds.
I don't know.
250 monthly commitment. So I go with Dale and Christian, right? So you want to put, they put more in the emergency fund, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't have an emergency fund right now, right? So you want to put more of that monthly commitment towards the present because something can happen tomorrow, next week, right? So you want to put more towards that, and then you can open up $50 a month with the Roth IRA. Have discipline to start saving and investing. You can always increase that later on.
Yeah.
The most important thing, we got to get them to start, right? Make sense? All right. So, So let's say this together. I have what it takes.
I have
what it takes.
I will do what it takes.
I will do what it
takes.
And I'm good enough.
I'm good.
All right, so I'm gonna skip this. So keep showing up, guys. Keep growing, and let's take action. That's where I believe this.
Great job.
To be
Daryl.
Delroy, REP Delroy Davis.
Awesome.
Good job.